What's happening, YouTube? So you join me in my garage on a Sunday evening with a knife in my hand and a box in front of me. So that means that we've got a brand new product courtesy of SHEHDS Lighting. So let's go ahead and check it out. We've got the knife ready. Let's cut in and get started. So this, ladies and gents, is a moving head. It's brand new, haven't even opened it. So I guess we're gonna share this unboxing together and check the light out. And as I mentioned in the intro, courtesy of SHEHDS Lighting. So a big thank you to SHEHDS Lighting for taking the time out and sending us this for review. So let's go ahead, get it opened, and let's see what we've got. All right, guys, so let's go through what we just unpacked. So we've got an XLR cable, or DMX cable, I should say, a power con. Nice. One clamp, and I'm going to explain why we've only got one clamp. This is one of the big reasons why I really liked the idea of this light. So one clamp, we've got the unit itself and then the instruction manual, and that's everything that's going to come in the box. So let's put some stuff to the side for a second and let's check the actual unit out. All right, so the unit we're looking at is the SHEHDS Lighting SHELED B180W. So we're looking at a unit which is an LED driven unit. So no bulbs, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. Always, all of my stuff has gone over to LEDs. You know, if it takes a knock or something, is the bulb gonna blow out, and then you gotta carry backups and all that kind of stuff. So LED is the way to go, and obviously a huge power advantage as well. So that's nice. And then this is 180 watts. And looking at the unit, I would never say that this is 180 watts, which is crazy. So we're gonna check that out. But yeah, overall, really nice unit. Really nice unit. Like, I'm so surprised at how, firstly, obviously I've said compact, right? Nice shape, nice design. It's nice and a classic look. So let's take a quick look at the back side of it. So we've got a DMX in, DMX out, which is useful always, power out and power in. And this is all color coded as well, just in case you don't know where the power goes. It can only go into the orange slot right there. So that's the power in right there. So that's nice. Let's swing it around and check out what we've got on the front. So we've got out, down, left, right, OK buttons that actually feel really nice to click. Feel like they're gonna last a long time, which is nice. And an LCD display panel as well. And then going up, I think one of the big things for me when I'm looking at lights or units or anything really, right? I like to grab the plastic and actually feel what it, squeeze it, like what does it feel like? Is it flimsy? Does it feel like it's gonna fall apart in 2 seconds? This actually feels okay. Yes, there are units out there which feel even better than this. I think there always will be. There always will be a margin of higher end and lower end. I would say this is something which is mid-tier. You have heating fins on the back end of the light. There's really subtle design right here with pretty much 180 watt beam, just a simple logo or text. But otherwise, apart from that, it's actually quite nice. So, and then you guys can see inside there, the module and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got 2 handles on the side, which are plastic handles. All of this case is all plastic. So you can see me kind of giving that, it's got a little bit of flex on it, but my previous lights, which I had, they were way more flimsy. So yeah, this actually feels nice and sturdy. That's what it looks like on the bottom side where the clamp would go in. So yeah, really nice and really light as well. I will put the specifications in the description. So the weight of this product is around about 6.7 kg. So really nice weight. Like, I'm talking like, this is nothing, you know, this is really nice. Easy for you to grab and then like hook it up on top where, you know, one single clamp kind of thing. So yeah, can't complain at the size, can't complain at the weight. Let's get it hooked up to our lighting controller. We'll set an address to it, get it on the WMX and get some controlling going on, and we'll give you a quick demo on what it looks like. All right, guys, so hopefully now you can see the light right there. It is powered on, the bulb is on. Great stuff. So what we're going to do is go through the color wheel, and we're going to select each light or each DMX value right here, and we're going to basically just write it next to it to say, yeah, this number is red, this number is blue, whatever. So let's go through that. We've got the color wheel saved in. We can continue with the rest of the stuff now. Next one is going to be gobos on channel 9. So let's try and add some gobos in for us. I've never seen any light do this, so I think it's worth me sharing this with you guys. So the frost settings allow us to have an option which is rainbow, which is really interesting. I've never seen any light. So that you can see is a frost setting. And then as we keep going, it turns into some sort of a rainbow, which is really cool. Not saying that I would use that. I can't think why I would want to use that, but I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool to have. Maybe you might see an effect happen. You know, it might create something cool for us on some of our shows, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. I thought that was worth sharing. All right, so we've got our lights on E right here, and hopefully you guys can see the light as well as me controlling it. So that's the dimmer control right there. Actually, let's turn the lights off. You guys can see it's got very even and linear dimmer control. Let's run through some of the colors. So we've got a nice amber, green, cyan, UV, pink, which is really nice. One of the nicest pinks I think I've seen. Red, yellow, another green, blue, and white. All right, guys, I'm gonna run through the gobos so you guys can see what they look like and the ones included. So that's just an open gobo. Yep, several different sizes. So that's open, that's small size, medium size, that's a small size, that's an even smaller size, single line, snowflake, something else again, Wi-Fi signal, your spinning flower, your three-pointed star, your hazard sign, your square, some random dots, another flower. It looks a bit blown out. And then we're back to open again, or rotation, should I say. So yeah, some really nice gobos. On the phone, it might show kind of them being blown out and stuff, but they're actually not blown out at all. They're actually really sharp. Probably one of the sharpest lights that I've seen where the gobo represents really, really sharply and cleanly. It's just on the camera, it's kind of overcompensating for the light. So I just wanted to show you also the prism effect and the rotation effect all in at the same time. I'm just going to dim this down a little bit, give you a bit of a clear perspective on what I can see. So let's run through some of the gobos. So we've got that one which is open, so it's just pretty much replicating just an open shutter. And then I'm going to run through some of these for you guys. And that's pretty much it for the gobo rotations and what's included within this light. So I think you'll agree, really, really nice light. In terms of zoom, I will say that I wish it actually had a little bit more zoom options. So this light actually doesn't have zoom. It's more of a focus. So it's more of, okay, where exactly do you want this to be? So yeah, it's gonna vary based on, you know, what you want. Not the most ideal situation. It would have been nice to have some sort of a zoom on there. So as you guys can see, very smooth, very linear. There's no real juddering. The lens looks really, really nice. And we can increase its speed. And reduce it down. Get it to do some color changes. So it switches color really, really quick with very minimal fuss, minimal noises, very, very quick in color changes. Demonstrate some of the strobe features. Yep, some really quick flashing. So strobe's nice and effective. So yeah, what are my overall thoughts? Overall thoughts, actually really surprised at how nice and light and compact of a light it is. It is extremely bright for the size of the unit. I think my guys will really like using these because they don't look so small where they're comical. They don't look big either where it's going to look out of place on you call it kind of small to medium events. So I think something like this light is something which we would definitely like to add more of this inventory to our units. I think we would definitely favor from something like this. So we're actually going to get it out on a show and see how it performs for us. And I will give you guys a real world review shortly.